Hi guys, welcome to another video. It's 𝗙𝗶𝗍 here. Thanks for coming. As always, for the subscribers, thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it. Today's video is something that I was sent to, but yeah, watch this clip, come back, and let's talk about it.
We're gonna start with those Ghanaians. You know, after a few videos that we posted about the year of return and all that other BS that people were going for, you know, some of our people going for that narrative of that money grab that Ghana has set up. You know, I was talking about the president of Ghana.
Right, I remember.
And these common folks from Ghana came in my comments and they said, Ghana don't need you. Y'all can't even pay y'all rent. Y'all all need help asking for handouts and we don't need you. And I just got real pissed off earlier today. You know, I'm a lot calmer now, but I got real upset earlier because I'm like, Ghana ain't produced shit for the world. We've produced everything for the world. We are the foundation of not only America, but we are the blueprint for the world.
That's right.
As far as beauty, fashion, education, you name it, inventions, music, culture, we are it. They have the nerve to call my people out like that. They have no right. When Ghana has unemployment issues, they ain't got jobs, just like some of my people ain't got jobs.
In fact, they're still considered a third world nation.
Now, why is that? They were colonized first.
Hundreds and hundreds of years before us.
Why is it that Ghana is a third world motherfucking country? I'll tell you why. Because they ain't invented shit.
That's right.
We put the concrete on this ground. Even if you see pale faces laying the motherfucking concrete, we taught them how to do it. They can't even cultivate the land the way we've cultivated our land. What the fuck has Africa done?
𝗙𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗲. Yeah, 𝗙𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗲. Right.
𝗙𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗲. They don't even know.
They don't even call their country what it is.
Ghana wasn't Ghana before the 1950s. Nigeria wasn't Nigeria. None of that shit over there that you see, it wasn't even called that. So what were they? My people are sitting up talking about their nations more than they do. We be talking about, oh, the Ashanti tribe and this tribe over there and the kingdoms and the queendoms. And I don't see no kings and queens over there. I see all my royalty right here.
Right here. Right here on Turtle Island.
I don't see nothing over there on the African dirt roads. I don't see no royalties. I don't see none of that.
I see a lot of people who don't know who they are, who don't understand or even know if they have a rich culture. We have a very rich culture. And we were here first.
And I'm trying to keep my message broad to the world. You know, I've been trying to play it nice, play it kind, let everybody be included.
No, we're not tolerating no disrespect,
I'm not tolerating no disrespect.
No, from anybody.
That's right.
No Trader Indians, no Europeans, no Africans.
I'm tired of them too. Those ones that you try to tell, this is who you are. And they say, no. They don't like us. And it's probably because of their underdeveloped educational system.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I know public schools is fucked up here, but they ain't even got that over there.
No. They have no type of educational system. And most of those who are educated are educated or miseducated
over here
outside of the country.
Exactly.
We don't need you. We've got the facts. We are the original indigenous people of this land. We are the Niji. We also know what tribes we come from. We quote our tribes all the time. Our grannies keep up their oral history. We're keeping up our oral history right now. Can you name one Ghanaian YouTuber who's telling their people who they are or empowering their people? No. I can name a lot of them who are taken away from their country, from their people.
Ghana wasn't even nobody talking about no motherfucking Ghana before some of our people latched onto that narrative and made the country popular.
As you've seen in the video, these are the things that I always speak about, and I'll always stand on my ground to the unification of Black people. I know it's not really a funny kind of situation because it's people that were hurt, but I'm guessing in the video she talked about how she made a video about the president of Ghana, and then I'm assuming people responded with what she said on how Ghana doesn't need them in Ghana. But this is the thing, you know, if you're coming from, let's say, from the diaspora, or even if you're coming from, let's say, Uganda, and you go to America or Europe or whatever, if you speak about the leadership or the situations of those countries you've gone to, you should expect a response from those people that are from those countries. It's like I cannot come here and, let's say, talk about Asian people or talk about white people or talk about other groups of people and expect them not to reply in my videos. That just doesn't make sense, because of course people feel attacked, people get defensive even if you're saying the truth. People always come out with things that you might not welcome or feel happy about, but this is the world that we live in. The things that she said were a little bit also not fine to say. Like, you can't put a whole continent in a box and say, what does Africa have? What has Ghana produced? You know, we Black Americans are the blueprint of culture, of fashion, of music, of everything. I do give you guys credit, and it is something that I do appreciate. But then African people also have culture, they have their music genres, they have their own way of entertainment, even though it's not on the level of, let's say, Black Americans. You're able to show your creativity because you're managed by people who just want to use you for them to gain out of it, and it is what it is. You know, look at all the music production company owners, look at all the sports management companies, look at all the fashion brands. Yes, they use your creativity, they use your minds, and you're able to share your culture to the world through them. But it doesn't take away that African people have their culture as well. We have the things that have been in the continent for the longest time. So to me, I would say African people are the blueprint. They just don't have like the platforms to showcase their creativity to the international kind of level. So I do try to understand where she was coming from, but there shouldn't be a competition. Everybody has different flaws, but when we put that together as a whole, it makes magic. You know, putting the African American or Black Americans Caribbean music together with the African Afro beats, the African Congolese music, the Ugandan genres, the South African Amapiano kind of sounds, it just brings and lights up the world and lights us up as a people. So we are still connected in that way. And then saying that, oh, you guys were colonized first. Yes, so what should we do about it? It is history, and it shouldn't be put as a blame to the people as a whole that now we should be feeling inferior because like we were colonized first. And then still that colonization affected you as well, because it is our ancestors that you guys come from, unless you just don't feel connected to the African continent. I always tell you guys, if you feel indigenous to, let's say, Americas, you are so much entitled to stay in your lands and fight for your lands. It is your right if you feel so. To those that actually feel African and you want to come to the motherland and you want to like really set yourself here, you are the ones that I mostly want to talk to. I receive a lot of people who say, oh, we are not African, we are from the Americas, it's our land, we were found here and all that. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, that's fine. I have no issues with that. But this channel is mostly for my people from the African continent, through our ancestors that were taken to the foreign lands. So if you are a descendant of the African continent, this channel is for you. And maybe that's where the disconnect also comes in, that people think we as African people are forcing people to come from their original lands of America, of Europe, of Australia to come to Africa, which is not okay. Like, Africa is for African people and is for people that feel African. That is just it. But then still ask yourself, are you seen as better in this world as a Black person who is from the Caribbean, from Africa, from America, or from Europe or Asia? Are you seen as better, or you're still controlled and seen as not good enough? I feel like she or these people had a trigger that they wanted to say these things, but they just didn't have the opportunity, and they used the comments they got on a video that they made to criticize probably Ghana, and it was a spark for them to react this way, which is something you need to accept as a person that comes on social media, that there's going to be ignorant people from all parts of the world, which you just cannot control. I mean, I also receive negative comments in whatever I say, and I say that I'm like, you know what, it's okay, they're entitled to that. Also, how she talked about the education. Yes, the education of African countries is not the best. Like, yeah, let's be honest about it. But then again, the US education, I would not say that it is the best when it comes to you as Black people knowing about the African continent. I've seen videos where people don't know Africa is a continent, people don't know countries in Africa, people don't know how African people live. People still think We don't have things like water, electricity, like houses. It's the same education that is not helping you also understand other places of the world. I know we need to fix our education, but it should not be something to be used to make us feel like we produce nothing. Ghana has like the biggest cocoa growth plantations, which actually is brought to the US. So yes, we might not manufacture it in the continent, but we give you the resources. The things that you mostly use in the US are taken from the continent. The other thing was African people don't know who they are. It's just kind of cringy. Like, I mean, it's not something that I'm pissed over, because to me, like, I don't need someone to tell me who I am. Yes, we might not know a lot of the things of history, but we do know who we are. We know where we come from. We know our lineages. Like, at least we have some things that we do see and appreciate as African people. And I think it's the same when it comes to you, like you're saying, you know where you come from, you know your ancestors' lineages and stuff, and it's okay, it's understandable. But like, why make it seem like you guys are the best and you know everything about yourselves? We Africans don't. We are just like worthless to you. Like, what made you so triggered to like come and say all these things to the whole continent of Africa? It's just not okay. And no shade to you guys. I'm not trying to gaslight your feelings or act like you guys were not entitled to speak about what you experienced or what you encountered. My only issue is the whole video. If you watch it, yes, it's coming from a place of defending themselves, but it also portrays Africans as just worthless, that we are just inferior. We don't have to speak about anything because we have nothing to offer to the world. We are just there. You know, anybody else that is not African is way up above us. We as Africans should just shut our mouth in case anybody comes and says something about us at all. Just keep quiet. Don't say anything, which you cannot really like expect in this world. That's not how the world moves. But then again, these are things that I'm glad to have discussions about. I'm glad that they spoke about the things they were feeling. We shouldn't come on the internet to put ourselves down all the time. It's not helping us as a people to grow. You feeling that you are better than these other groups of people just doesn't make sense if in this world that we live in, we all face the same challenges, the same problems, the same system is affecting us as a whole, as a people. And yeah, it's just really not okay. And to the African people, we should have more grace to our people coming from the diaspora, as well as to our brothers and sisters from the diaspora. Ignore some comments, some ignorant comments from people. These are things you cannot control. There's a lot of people that just want to see us divided. And sometimes it's not even African people who comment or write those kind of statements. It's other people who just feel happy to see us fighting, you know. And before I end the video, guys, have you seen the lady in the video? My God, she looked stunning. The skin was glowing. I couldn't take my eyes off her. But yeah, guys, that is it for me in the video. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.